What's going on, YouTube? I want to offer some interesting exercises for engaging in shadow work. For those of you who don't know what shadow work is it's exploring the deeper, darker parts of yourself and your mind. The parts of yourself that you may not necessarily like to see. The ugly parts of yourself. The flawed part of yourself. A way to really explain it's that hidden part of yourself. As I said, your flaws, the things about yourself you may not like and may not like to face. We on the left-hand path, we understand the value in facing our own inner demons, so to speak. The parts of ourselves that are hidden in darkness. When you learn to face that part of yourself, when you learn to acknowledge it, you learn more about yourself in ways that can help you grow. You see these parts of yourself that you may not like. And when you really start to explore them, you think, why do I engage in these behaviors? What motivates me to do this? And when you really look at yourself in that difficult way, you start to understand who you really are. You integrate those parts of yourself in a healthy way. Many on the right-hand path, they're only focused on the love and light aspect, hiding from that inner darkness. We on the left-hand path, we don't hide from our inner darkness. We embrace it. We learn to make friends with the darkness. We face that part of ourselves because that is the only way to grow. And the only way to truly find your inner light is through the darkness. Light cannot exist without darkness. That's how you find who you really are. You become whole as a person in the Jungian sense. So I've been thinking a lot, and I've thought of an interesting little exercise to help those who may not understand how to face that part of themselves or how to understand it. Those inner demons, so to speak. Try engaging in this thought experiment. Say there's a part of yourself that you don't like. Say, let's just give an example. Say say you have issues with drugs or alcohol. Try to conceptualize that part of yourself as an external being, even though it's you, it's your dark self, but conceptualize it in your mind as this darkest part of yourself. Try talking to it. Learn about it. See what it has to say. Hell, make friends with it. The more you start to face that part of yourself, as I said, the more you'll learn to integrate it, and it won't have control over you. You'll learn that it's not something to be afraid of. It's not something to run from. When you run from your inner darkness, it manifests itself in ways that you may not like. And you may not understand why you engage in self-destructive behaviors when you run from it. But when you really face it, when you engage with it, you start to understand what motivates these behaviors. Why we engage in these self-destructive behaviors. And when you start to understand what motivates these behaviors, as I said, you learn to integrate it, and you learn to use it in a healthy way rather than an unhealthy way. Hell, try drawing a picture of that part of yourself that you may not like. Draw it as a monster or as a shadow or a beast or whatever you conceptualize it as. Say if you have a problem with overeating, maybe draw it as a ginormous beast, feasting on itself. But try turning it into an archetype that you can play with. Play with the darkest parts of yourself. Play with your mind. That's the root of the occult. It's in the end, what a lot of it is Jungian psychology. Playing with the mind. Ritual, all that stuff, that's all well and good, but that's just a tool to better understand your own mind. This is a bit of an off-the-cuff video. Most of my videos are off the cuff. I just kind of talk about what I want to talk about based on my own intuition, but as I said, to elaborate, know thyself, understand thyself, and engage in these thought experiments. Once again, to elaborate again, these thought experiments being to talk to that dark part of yourself, to understand it, to engage with it, be friends with it, understand who you really are. And when you understand that part of yourself, you can integrate it in a healthy way and become whole as a person in a Jungian sense. Ave, friends, and good day to you.